Hey guys, I'm Emily, and this is my Marine Wife survey. I'll be married a year as of 2 weeks from now, so I'm excited. My husband and I met we actually met as kids, grew up together, and then kind of lost touch and got back together. But we met again in Pensacola at the USO on base. We were, I was 20 and he was about to be 21. People always ask me how I feel about him being in the military. You know, I, honest to God, I love it. He is a great man and a great Marine, and, I'm lucky to be married to him. But, I mean, I wouldn't lie and sugarcoat it and say that the military and being a military spouse is easy because I'd be lying. Um, I wasn't with him when he went to boot camp, unfortunately. He was through boot camp and everything and was at sea school when we were together. We were married after he joined. We got married in Tybee Island, Georgia, as the first time, and then we had the big ceremony back home in Louisiana. We were we are actually from Louisiana. We grew up both about 20 minutes apart from each other. He did wear his uniform on our wedding day, which is really nice. Was he home the first full year of our marriage? No, unfortunately, he was not. He's had one debt, and then now he's on a deployment and won't be home for a couple more months. Um, we were married all of 6 months before he had to leave for the debt, so that was about a month, which wasn't that bad. Um, he is in the Marine Corps. He's a Lance Corporal, and he's an aircraft electrician. Um, we have been stationed so far at one base, haven't moved yet, so kind of looking forward to that. Um, we had lived in base housing for about 6 months and kind of decided we didn't want to do that after a while, so we went off base and now we're going back on the base. So, best thing about being a military wife, honestly, is just the pride I have for my husband. I back him 100%. He's amazing. The worst thing about being a military spouse would be, I would say, being away from him as much as I have to be. It just kind of sucks not having the best friend and person that you depend on being around a lot. So far, I'm going through one deployment. This is our first. I plan on signing care packages and everything. Do I go to the commissary on payday? No, that's a bad idea. Going to the commissary on payday is like craziness. So yeah, usually no. I haven't worked at the PX or anything like that. Do I own any military wife stuff? That's kind of a funny question because I actually have four Marine wife shirts. I have my necklace that I have on now that is the EGA with a heart around it. I have my car stuff. I have, dog tags. I mean, I'm definitely a moto wife, so yeah, I do. Um, do I know my husband's branch hymn? Actually, I do. I know it by heart. It's kind of funny. He hasn't been promoted since we've been together, so I haven't been to a promotion ceremony yet, but I have been to a few of his friends that have been. Everybody always asks me, is he a lifer? Honestly, at this point, I don't know because back and forth we've gone, talked about it, him getting out, him staying in. I mean, honestly, I'd be okay with anything. He's my husband and I'm going to back him no matter what. Some advice I would give to a new wife going through their first deployment. It's not easy. Make friends. Get a good support center because, having him gone, you're going to need somebody to talk to. You're going to need somebody to call and vent and cry and whine. And I mean, it's difficult. It's not easy. Also, get to know your husband's command really well. Who you can talk to. The family readiness officer is great. If you have a problem, call her or call him, or even talk to the chaplain. I mean, he's available too. And people always ask me, how do I feel about him being a Marine and everything. He's my hero. I love him more than anything. He's he's active duty and I'd say the hardest part of being a military wife would be just the chance that, something could happen to him, and I just kind of have to be okay with that. My husband proposed on New Year's of 2011. Actually, as we were watching the ball drop, it was kind of funny. Do I prefer Walmart or the PX, BX, MCX, or Next? Um, it depends. Some things are easier to get at Walmart. Some things are easier to get at the PX. We need milk. I'll go to the PX. It's closer, easier. Do I have a lot of military wife friends? Yes, yes, I do. Probably half my friends are military wives. So, yes. Let's see. Any kids yet? No, planning on it though. My husband and I both want kids. Is your husband one of those kind of guys where, I am soldier, hear me roar, or whatever? Um, sort of. He can be when he wants to be. It's just kind of funny. He's gone through a lot, and like I said, I work, and I mean, honestly, it's hard because, I don't like working because I have to be away from my husband more. Do I go to the grocery store or the commissary? Usually the commissary, they have better prices. So yeah, you know, have you ever done combatives with your husband? No. No, have not. It's not really something I want to do. What do I do for my job? Right now I'm working at Chuck E. Cheese as a cashier, but I plan on getting a better job once I move back to Beaufort. Have you ever gotten into a fight with an NCO's wife? No. You don't want to do that. It's a bad idea. Your husband get in a lot of trouble for that. Name one thing you do when your husband's gone. Sleep and, hang out with the girls. Do I like military balls? Honestly, no. They're not that much fun. I mean, I enjoy dressing up, but other than that, no, not really. If I could change one thing about the military, probably either where we're stationed or the fact that while they're on deployments, they don't get to talk much. They don't really have much time. Um, let's see, which stage of the deployment do military wise most find difficult? I would say probably the deployment. Well, I'd say maybe the pre-deployment too, because pre-deployment the boys kind of get a little detached, so that's kind of difficult to go through. What feelings do you experience during the various stages of deployment? I started out being upset, and then I was okay, and then I was upset again. It's just kind of an emotional roller coaster. What coping mechanisms do military wives use? I usually use going to the gym, talking to friends, watching videos, watching my wedding video over and over, listening to music. I mean, there's a bunch. Is there evidence to support the experience of having loss? I mean, having loss around the base, I mean, it's not easy. We have had different things happen. One thing I would say as a young military wife is do yourself a favor and don't try and pull rank. You don't have a rank. Do yourself a favor. You don't want to get into a fight with a NCO or another wife. It's just not fun. Um, those girls are your support center, so you need to be kind, be nice, don't be mean about it. The tribal rank, be like, look, you don't have a rank. Please stop. Don't be rude about it. Just kind of let them know that, you're not going to play the rank game. But other than that, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, guys. I'm a new Marine wife, so if I don't have the answer, I'm sure I can find it for you. Alright, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.